Hello and welcome to Yoga for Caregivers. Today's theme is welcoming and letting go. So, here on your mat, on your cushion, in your chair, everything is welcome, everything belongs. Yoga is a practice of mindfulness, engagement, and release. Like the breath, we have to exhale before we can inhale. We have to let go of stuck places to allow joy to grow in our hearts. In the fall, the trees shed their leaves to make room for new growth, which we can see outside the window on our trees in spring. In meditation, the leader will often say to let go of what no longer serves you. I love that turn of phrase because it suggests that what you need to let go of did serve a purpose, but it is no longer valid, and we cannot move forward without releasing old ways. So, without judgment or self flagellation, but with love, compassion, and loving kindness, we can find some peace. And of course, we are better caregivers when we have cared for ourselves first. So I'm going to take us into a practice. We'll be using a chair. That's really the only prop I think that we will need for today. So make your way onto your chair, and I'll do the same. All right, just this. But this is live, folks. It is live. Okay, let me make sure that you can see me. And okay, a little more adjustment. Bear with me. All right, now you can see pretty much all of me. So we're going to start today's practice with a lovely breath meditation that I learned in in yoga at Pierce Yoga here in Atlanta. I think the first yoga studio that opened here in Atlanta. And it's called Caring Breath. And I'll demonstrate. We'll do some movements and we'll do some breathing, and then we'll put them together and take a moment to become more internal. But actually, before we start that, let's get grounded. So take a moment to feel your feet on the ground, your bottom in your seat. Look around in your space and see if you can find something green, something beautiful from nature. I can see my own plants that are here in my studio, and also the trees outside my windows. I have several windows in this room. I can also see some beautiful paintings that have green in them, and of course, my backdrop. So find your little pop of green, something in nature, and allow it to bring you some joy as we sit to begin our practice. And then, if you'd like, you can close your eyes or take a soft, unfocused gaze, allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment with your body, with your breath, and with this practice. In yoga, we use sensation as a way of staying in the present moment. All life happens in the present moment, whether it's joyful or sorrowful, it's difficult or easy. The past is gone, the future is not yet here, and all of our living, all of our life happens here in the present. So notice what you can feel beneath your feet, beneath your hands, maybe the clothing on your skin. I can feel my AirPods in my ear, my jewelry against my skin, my hair as it grazes my shoulders. We've already looked around to see what we could see. What do you smell? Is there an odor or a fragrance in your space, pleasant or otherwise? Swallow and see if there's a taste. And then begin to turn your attention a little more deeply inward and notice what you can hear beyond the sound of my voice. Can you discern if what you're hearing is close by or further away? Can you identify individual sounds versus that kind of modern hum that we hear in the background? And then begin to notice your own breath. For some people, focus on breath is uncomfortable, so let it be a light noticing without changing anything, without judging, just being aware that you're breathing. Being aware of the pollen, perhaps. And then come to a centered place. You may want to blink your eyes open just to watch this caring breath practice. So, in a minute, I'll lead you back in and we'll inhale, raising one arm. As we exhale, we'll bring that arm across the body to the heart space. You might turn your head and drop your chin. On your next inhale, head comes to center and bring the arm out in a gesture of giving or receiving. And then as you exhale, hand to your knee, your thigh, let your chin drop. And then we'll switch sides. As you inhale, head comes up to center, we reach out. Exhale, hand comes across, we turn the head, maybe drop the chin. Inhale, head to center. We reach out once again and exhale. Hand comes down, grounding, chin drops. I'll talk you through it one more time. Inhale, head to center, arm comes up. Exhale, hand to your chest, turn, drop your chin. Inhale, reach out, head to center. Exhale, ground the hand on your thigh, chin drops. Other side. Inhale up, exhale into the heart. Inhale, open, and exhale, ground. So take a moment to find your breath, and then we'll begin this caring breath practice. You can move at your own speed. You can watch me and mirror me. You can listen to my cues. We'll begin together with an inhale. Arm comes up, head to center, and then begin. Exhale. Imagine you are bringing into your heart whatever you need to bring in. As you inhale again, imagine what you're receiving from the outside world. As you exhale, bring it in, find your grounding. Inhale, receiving, exhale, taking it in. Inhale, perhaps you're sending out a caring concern, a caring breath. And exhale, once again, finding grounding. We'll continue. Inhale up and exhale in. Inhale out and exhale down. Inhale, opening, exhale, taking in. Inhale, opening, and exhale, grounding. Let's continue for Several more breaths, moving at your own breath speed. Begin to finish this round of caring breath and then just pause, coming into your natural breath and just having an awareness of your experience. When you're ready, inhale and float your arms out or up. Let the hands meet and exhale, draw them to heart center. And we'll do that two more times. Inhaling out or up, exhaling, palms meet to heart center. And last time. And exhale. Release arms down. If you're seated in a chair, you might hold on to the chair frame or have your hand on your thigh, and we'll inhale one arm up. Make sure your feet are wide. And exhale, come into a side bend. Maybe stay for a breath, opening up. Stay for the exhale, and then use the inhale to come up and over, switching sides. Stay for at least one breath, and then use the inhale to switch sides and continue. Moving side to side. Make this a little flowy, a little sweeping, a little soft. And the next time that your arms coming up and over, inhale, reach up, and let's come into a twist, bringing your extended arm to the opposite knee. You can bring your hand behind you, the other hand behind you. Inhale here and get nice and tall in your seat. And exhale, look towards your shoulder. Listen here, inhale and just turn your head to look over the opposite shoulder. Exhale and turn it back, maybe twisting a little more deeply. Inhale, both arms come up. We come to center and exhale, twist. Inhale, make some space and exhale, deepen the twist. Staying here, just turn your head to the opposite shoulder and back and come up through center. And let's do this once more to each side. Staying with your breath, turning the head and back. And last time, we'll come up first and then over. Make some space and twist. Turn the head and twist back. And then come up through center and release arms down. Wonderful. Shake out. Hands, legs. And let's do just a little bit of hand movement, arm movement. So bring your hands up and maybe gently circle at your wrists. And then let that become a little bigger, coming into your elbows. And then even a little bigger, maybe you can add your shoulders in both directions. And then relax your arms down. Let's just circle shoulders up, back, and down a few times. And we'll circle forward, back, and up a few times. Bring your arms out at shoulder height. Soften your elbows and just do some up and down waving movements with your hands. So palms out and then backs of hands out just a couple of times and then release that. Now I'm going to show you another breath practice. Pardon me, that's called breath of joy. And you can do this seated or standing. If you have any balance issues, seated is probably better. It involves a series of 3 inhales and then an exhale with a sound like ha, something vigorous. And there are some arm movements that go with this. And we're going to be like conductors. We're going to be conducting our environment and then releasing with a joyful sound or a powerful sound. And it looks like this. We'll inhale, arms come up. Keep inhaling, arms go out. Inhale again, arms come up higher. And then we exhale, coming forward, hands to your knees with the sound. Ha. So the full practice, I'll demonstrate a couple and then I'll lead you through it. So it goes like this. And I'm going to be inhaling through my nose, so you may hear. Ha, ha. Okay, get the idea? All right, so take a moment to find your breath. You might practice a little ha movement sound with your hands coming down. And then we'll do 5 in a row. If it makes you dizzy, just stop. Make sure you're safe. Make sure your feet are nice and wide as you sit in your chair. Inhale together. Let it go. And we'll begin breath of joy. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Ha, ha, ha. Last one. Ha. And inhale, come back to center and notice what this breath brings to you. Do you feel a lightness, maybe a little bit of joy? Now, I'd like to do it one more time. You can remain seated or you can stand up, and I can show you what it looks like to do it with a full body. Now, please be careful because when we do our ha, we're going to come forward, and I want you not to feel dizzy or to knock yourself over. So if you feel wobbly, stay in the chair. If you'd like something a little more vigorous or different, then you might try this with me standing. Okay? Feel your feet nice and grounded, and we'll begin breath of joy. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Ha, ha, ha. Last one. Ha. And come all the way back up and take a seat in your chair. Take a moment to notice if this has given you a lift in your attitude, in your body. Come to a seat and bring your feet about hip distance apart. Make sure your feet are nice and grounded. I'm sitting a little forward in my chair. I know you can't quite see my toes. Here they are, though. Hands can be on your thighs, or you can bring them down at your side, palms forward or palms facing in. And I want you to press down through your feet and really feel your connection to the earth. And then gently hug your legs towards each other isometrically. So, in other words, you're not moving your legs, you're just hugging them in. And then see if you can find a little bit of lift in your pelvic floor at the bottom of your torso, a little bit of lift in your low belly. Keeping a good engagement here, see if you can lift your heart and reach up through the crown of the head. Keep your chin a little bit tucked. This is our mountain pose or Tadasana. It's a very engaged, steady pose. To really feel your connection to the earth, to really feel that engagement of the midline of the body and that growing tall up through the crown. And then soften and let that go. We're going to go through a seated sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. And we'll start with a part of the sequence and then we'll add on. And I invite you to do this in your chair. Make sure you're sitting forward, but not so forward that you're going to tip the chair. Make sure you know your chair and know, that it's not going to tip or slide. When I work with a chair, I should have said this at the beginning, I like to have it either against a wall or on my yoga mat, so I know it's not going to slide. Okay. All right, so we begin inhaling, arms come out or up. And then we'll take a forward fold. You can bring your hands to your thighs. Pressing into your thighs, inhale and lengthen your spine, reaching through the crown of the head. Exhale, you can come down a little deeper. And then pressing into your feet, inhale and come all the way up. Palms meet and exhale to heart center. We'll do that again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press down to rise up. And exhale to heart center. Okay, you can stay with that sequence or add on with me. Inhale and reach. Exhale, forward. Hands can be to knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come a little bit deeper. This time we're going to grasp one of our knees. And as we inhale, we'll lift that leg up. Maybe you rock back a little bit in your seat. Exhale, bring the leg down, forward fold, pressed into your feet to inhale, rise up and exhale to the heart. Other side. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Grasp the other knee. Inhale, draw that leg up a lot or a little. Exhale, place it back down, forward fold. Inhale, press down to rise, up, palms meet, exhale to heart center. Moving on just a little bit. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Grasp your knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, replace it. This time we'll switch right to the other knee. Grasp it and draw it up. And exhale forward, press down to rise up. Exhale to heart center. One more time. Inhale and reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, hands to knees or shins. Exhale, forward fold. Grasp the other knee, draw it in. Come into your forward fold. Grasp the second knee, draw it in. Exhale, forward fold. Press down to rise up and exhale. Come to stillness. Notice what you feel. This movement sequence, this vinyasa, this flowing sequence of poses allows us to move our bodies gently, to move our breath, and to prepare the body for meditation. That's what yoga asanas or postures are for, to prepare the body. So from here, we're going to move into a seated meditation. So you can sit back a little more on your chair, be very comfortable. Make sure your feet are grounded, reaching the floor. You can even lean back a little bit, just don't get slumped, right? Nice long spine or sit up tall, whatever feels comfortable to you. And with this meditation, we'll be controlling the breath, but you can uh, do that or opt out of that part of that focus. And we're going to use our imagination. This is a cleansing meditation where we're going to draw in. Now, the imagery for this one is water. But if water doesn't work for you, you can use wind or air. You can use some kind of a light touch. Whatever imagery sits well in your psyche and yourself. So take a moment to get comfortable, feeling your feet on the earth, your bottom in your seat. Maybe your hands are resting on your lap. Make sure there's space so the belly can expand and gently contract with the breath. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears, your arms supported in some way. You could even put a pillow on your lap if that would be more comfortable. Soften through your neck and jaw. Part your teeth, but keep your lips together if you can. Take a swallow and relax your throat, softening the muscles around your mouth and around your eyes and between your eyebrows. Smooth out your forehead and soften through the crown of the head. Now begin to imagine that you can draw breath or water like a stream, and that it's coming up through one foot. And on your inhale, it moves all the way up that side, up from your foot to your leg, to your torso, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, this stream of water flushes down the other side, all the way down the torso, the leg, and out through the foot. Then on the other side, on this same side that we're on now, we'll draw this water up through your foot, up your leg, all the way up one side of the body to the crown. And then as you're exhaling, imagine this flowing water just pouring down this other side and out through your foot. You get the idea. Inhale up one side, exhale down the other. Imagine the drawing of water up one side and down the other. As you draw in, imagining this cool, refreshing water that is sweeping through the body. And then as it comes down the other side, it's washing away anything that is no longer serving you. Then you draw in the clean, fresh, cool water up to the crown of your head. And again, down the other side, removing debris, excess, anything that does not belong anymore. And continue this imagery up one side of the body and down the other. Stay with it. I'm going to put on some music, and I invite you to stay with the imagery for several repetitions. Stay with this imagery of the flowing water or breath or air. Allow the water to cleanse, to take away the excess, and to bring in exactly what you need. Staying with this side by side imagery until you're ready to release it. And we'll move to more of a wave image, like at the beach. And again, if water doesn't work for you, imagine a beautiful breeze in the middle of a meadow. As you inhale, imagine a gentle wave is coming in and flowing up the front of your body. It comes up over the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, the water draws down your back body and back out to sea. Inhaling, water flows up, over, and as you exhale, the water flows down your back and draws out to sea. Again, the image of taking in exactly what you need and releasing what is no longer serving you. Stay with this imagery for several repetitions until you're ready to release into some quiet. with the breath for several repetitions, or relax into stillness. And we'll come together in another moment or two. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes, maybe stretching tall and wide, gently rocking your head from side to side, rolling your shoulders. And when you feel ready, blinking eyes open. We'll seal our practice with one chant of Om for the community we create when we practice together, even if we do it on our own. Just knowing that there are others out there who are doing the same practice unites us, gives us that sense of togetherness, of community. So important. If you'd like to join me in a single Om, bringing hands together at heart center, we'll inhale together. Om. Om Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Jai Bhagwan. May the light in each of us be victorious. Thank you so much for coming today and sharing this practice for caregivers. Take good care.